welcome to my channel. Well, I just got another flashlight in, so I thought I'd do an unboxing of it. Not that there's that much to unbox, but it's the Wurkkos WK15. It's in black. They didn't have any different things. And this one's in 6,000 Kelvin, so it's a little bit cool white type of thing. Its emitter is XHP50B, I think. But that might be the... And it's a set. And so the set means it comes with a battery. And I got this one to come with a diffuser, which comes in handy. This is probably high temperature silicone. I doubt if you'd want to run turbo on it, though, if it gets hot. It'd be for more medium type lights. Alright, you get a little lanyard and O-rings. There's 2 O-rings hiding in there. You get a little thing that tells you, what does it tell us? Thanks for choosing Wurkkos. Attention, attention. Take this as an example. Unscrew it. Tighten, make sure everything's tight. Fully charge your flashlight before using it. Alright, the reason why I'm getting this one, besides going crazy with flashlights, it has a USB-C and a USB-A type of connector. Little bubble wrap there. It's cold, because outside is cold. It's freezing outside, so yeah, that's one thing you want to remember about metal flashlights are aluminum conducts cold real well. Suck the heat right out of your hand. But in cold temperatures, if this thing runs warm, it can act like a little hand warmer for you. There's your orange peel. Let me turn the light off on this. That's how that thing looks. Looks like it's got a dome on their emitter. Flat base. There's a lanyard hole here, but if you put the lanyard in there, I think it would tip it over a little bit. Alright, let's take it apart. 2-way clip. I like that. I like that. We can turn the light back on now. Not too crazy with the knurling here. It's just enough to give it some texture. It's not, you know, like sandpaper-like, but it's got some grippage to it. There's your thingamajiggy. Wurkkos 21700. Last time I was saying it was 700 millimeters. I'm wrong. 0 stands for it means it's round. So it's 21 millimeters wide by 70 millimeters long. Got to correct myself. Alright, what we can do is we can cheat and steal from this guy. Because this one I know is fully charged. I just charged it a little while ago. Sofrin. Probably the same battery in there as this. Alright, where's my cappage? Alright, I haven't read the instruction manual or anything yet. So let's see if the light comes on. No, it doesn't do like that other one. Light comes on anyway. And there was a green light. Put you in there. The reason why I was getting this one was because I think this light pattern is going to be... Let me turn this light off here. Bonk. I like how the Sofrin turns on. I got to adjust this to where... I always adjust it where the clip is opposite, like O-lights. O-lights ones are fixed where you can't adjust it, but it's a pretty good positioning thing because in the middle of the night, this one's good on it, but some of them are bad, like this one. If you're going by tactile feel, this rubber feels a lot like this thing, and unless you get used to... It's not so much on this one. It happens on these a lot. Your thumb feels the same kind of texture, and you're going, what? Which one's the light switch? Because at night these particular ones don't glow. All right, let's look at a beam pattern here. All right, that one's got a nice spot, and this one's got a nice flood. That's what I wanted to look for. A flood that's got a little bit of a spot to it. Now, I'll check it later on, but most people, when they think of a light, you know, they think, oh, I want a spotlight. Well, the spotlight's usually not as useful. It's good for search and rescue or cutting through smoke and fog and stuff like that, you know, where you really need to penetrate. But it's not as good for general purpose use because you've got just that spot. And a lot of times that spot is too bright unless you go into like moonlight mode or something. Then this is useful. It's also useful in other... I like this flashlight. I'm just saying. So let's look at the instruction manual while we're at it here. User's manual. Wurkkos WK15A. That's your emitter. Working voltage 2.7 to 4.2 volts. Battery options 12700 lithium ion. Dimensions 113 millimeters. Length by 27.8 millimeters. Head diameter. Weight 70 grammages without a battery. Flashlight body aerospace grade 6061 grade aluminum alloy. USB-C type charging. I think it does both ways charging, like on the Sofrin. Mode memory. Memorizes the last brightness level used in the general modes, except moon, turbo, and strobe. There's always an exception, isn't there? Advanced temperature regulation, ATR technology. That should come with a little song after it or theme music. ATR technology. All right, quit being silly. Flashlight people are serious. Reverse polarity protection. It cuts off the power while the battery is inserted improperly. Okay. LVP. While on, the battery voltage is lower than... Those lower voltage protection. That's what they're trying to say there. If the battery voltage is lower than 2.7 volts, it turns off automatically. That's to protect the flashlight, not the light, because the light wouldn't care. Low voltage doesn't hurt LEDs at all. They just don't work as well or don't work at all. But the battery, if the battery voltage on a lithium gets below that for too long, it can damage it. HVP, while on, if the battery voltage is higher than 4.35 volts, it turns off automatically. Even though these batteries say 3.7, most battery chargers will charge them up to 4.2 volts. And it'll hang there for a little while, but then they'll drop back down to around 3.7, which is their normal operating voltage. All right, let's see what we hear. Here's your chart. Luminous flux, 3,000 lumens. That's a turbo for 1.6 hours. I think these are similar to the Sofrin, but we'll check them out. The IF21A or 22. What's your nomenclature? IF22A. That guy's a thrower, and this is a flutter. So even though that it may list these lumens, times you got to look at how the distance, how far it'll put out, because this guy I think goes almost like 600 meters. Even though they're about the same lumens, I believe, somewhere around there. High, 1,500 lumens. Medium, 550 lumens for 4.5 hours. 100 lumens for 32 hours. That's a pretty good amount of light, 100 lumens. Echo for economy is what it usually stands for. I'm getting too close to that. You're getting too close. Moon, 1 lumen. That's usually good for a floody. With the spot, you could go lower, but For bloody 1 lumen is good. Strobage. Gotta have that strobe. I don't really use strobe that much other than just play around with it. But it can be good to disorient people. If they're coming at you or trying to get you, you strobe them in the face with 3,000 lumens. Yeah, they're not going to know where you're at, and they may fall down if they're trying to move. So, let's see. It's waterproof, IP68. Impact resistance to 2 meters. And this one, they've adjusted it so that it shows it's got 5,000 milliamp hours. So that should be pretty good, you know, more realistic than the other ones that had other measurements. All right, so let's continue with this. First, I want to put the little dome head on it. It's kind of rubbery, so you gotta. Feels kind of undersized, but it's better than being too oversized. Get on there, you domage, you. He don't want to fit on. Picking up lint and dirt and stuff. Maybe he got a little shrinkage from the cold. You're gonna get on there, Buster. You're making me look bad on video. There's such a thing as edit. Yeah, I know. I just want to show people the struggle. Alright, so I'm 65, almost going to be 66, so that might have something to do with it, but... yeah, this is hilarious. So anyways, you're probably going to have to soak this guy in water. Oh, there we go. You have to squeeze the bulb. If you squeeze the bulb in, it'll be kind of funky. We can get a little air in there. I already got it on. I'm going to leave it like that. Yeah, it's kind of pathetic, isn't it? Let's go to low. Turn this light off here and look at how silly that looks. Alright, let's try to get a little air gap. There we go. He's filling out. Yeah, I had to kind of like bulbous it, you know, squeeze it to get it on, and then it's kind of collapsed. So maybe there's another way. A lot of times what I find is I find some object, you know, like a roll-on deodorant or something, some cap, plastic that's hard plastic. It's not high temperature silicone or anything like that, but it fits on easier than this. Maybe it needs a little lubrication. Anyway, let's get back to the manual. Since that was such a disaster. Alright, so there we already got our little distances and run times. Let's see if it says how to insert your condom. I mean, your protective wrap. Your dome light thing. It probably won't cover it. Green means go. Red means no. Flashing red means oh my god. Recharging and reverse charging. 03. Look at that. We got he's not an 03, is he? What are you, Wurkkos? You're a 15. Huh. Look at that. It says 15 user manual. Guess they forgot to update this. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Operation on off. Changes brightness level when on. Press and hold. It's just a step memory, basically, or just step mode. Moonlight. When it's off, press and hold the side switch is like for over 1 second. This is like O-light friendly, kind of a triple click is the strobe. To lockout is different. 4 clicks. A lot of times on these you can just do this. You've got it locked out. That kind of helps. It's a non-magnetic tail cap. So we got meow. Low. Medium, high. Or was it echo? Let's look at this again. So the first one should be 10 lumens. 100 lumens, 550, 1500, and then we'll do turbo. So this is 10 lumens. Let's turn this off. 10 lumens. 100 lumens. It just doesn't really show real well in here. It just, the camera compensates for it, but it's getting really bright. And then it goes back. So let's go turbo. Wow. Yeah, we'll have to do an outdoor beam one sometime later, because right now it's ice and freezing, sleet, all that other stuff, and the most you're going to get is a porch shot. I ain't going to walk around in that crap. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to struggle with this a little bit more, see if I have any success. But it looks undersized. Looks like exactly the diameter of the light, which it should be just like slightly bigger. You don't want it too big, although it'll fit for this guy. Wurkkos. This is that's the usable spot and flood type. Those are 18650s, and this is a flood type. So there you go. That's an unboxing and initial impressions of this. It's different. Non-magnetic tail cap. I want to look at that and see if I can modify that later to make it. I like magnetic. I like it, the magnetic tail cap. Especially if you can change it out. You can take it off if you don't like it, or you're in some situation where it's annoying. But let me turn this light back and I'll look at the tail cap again. Threading's good. Got a good O-ring on it. Yeah, so you got that ring, but you can't bring the spring up too high. So you gotta, I'd say the most you want to put in there is a 1 millimeter thick. We've got centimoids down here. Yeah, 1, 2 at the most. 1 or 2 millimeter thick round disc. Probably less than 14 millimeters, 15 millimeters. Just looking at that. Trying to eyeball it. This blue line is where measurement starts. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, if you put enough, like a rare earth magnet or something in there, a strong enough one in, should be able to hold these. These are not super huge, super heavy flashlights, especially if we got a good surface on it. The bigger light you get the big Pepsi can ones though. See, this one's even got a surface area, but with magnets it's distance. If this was metal, this would help, because it would help, the magnet would conduct through it and help conduct, because this is aluminum, the magnet's only going to conduct where it's at, and it's already got to get through that, and you've got that lanyard hole distance for your magnet too. So I don't know how successful that one would be. This one's got a better chance, although both. Somebody changed another one out with another flashlight that's got a magnet in the bottom of it, Sofrin or Wurkkos or something like that, that interchanged. I believe Smothered Chrome did it, and it worked for a magnet on his. I believe. I could be off in delusion world again. Anyways, yeah, there you go. I'm gonna charge the battery up in this little guy here. I'm gonna put the original battery back in and charge it up, and then shine it at the wall, stuff like that. So, thank you for watching, and have a nice bright day or night with your favorite light.